Ohio. Today we're gonna do writing prompt day 20 review. So the challenge of Fright month is still going strong. Topic is revenge of the lunch. Free interpretation. I don't really. Well, it can be lunch, it can be lunch in another form, it just basically revenge. So everyone has like a different interpretation of what revenge is like. It's fine. I just want to see what you guys are capable of. So we have again like I think 2 people participating. So there's Dame Butterfly and there's Juby. So let's start with Dame Butterflies first. Hasn't everyone experienced the revenge of the lunch at least once in their life? Alright, so you get to think about what kind of revenge of lunch. You find yourself on a tight crunch to find something to eat, and the only thing around is that one sketchy fast food taco place everyone avoids. Well, unfortunately, taco is not like, common in Singapore, so it's fine, I cannot relate. The kind where no one else is inside, the man behind the counter looks less thrilled than you to be there, which means like probably low-wage workers, it's fine. You can't tell if the food on display is alive or dead, but you're pretty certain something wiggled around in the rice and the meat smells like it spent one too many days out getting a suntan. That is terrible. If something is wiggling in your rice, okay, in Asia we will sun it, or I don't know if you would throw it out, but we will definitely sieve through it. There's this rice bugs thingy that if it's not an airtight container, they start to become like this black little tick like insects that get in your rice. So it is common, but a lot of times after you sieve it and then you wash it, and once you wash it they kind of like float, so you can remove them and they die. Not sure if this is like common to everybody's experience, but it kind of happened for me like a lot of times in the past. So me and rice have a history of not liking each other. Meat on the other hand, so if you actually eat meat that kind of smells like a dead body, you are fucked, right? You might take a second longer to stare at it to see if it's still breathing or not. Okay, you are really fucked. But hey, their veggies at least don't look quite dead. The tomatoes are still a pale red. Okay, if a tomato is pale red, that means that it's not gonna be juicy, it's not gonna be sweet, it's not gonna be or like it's not fresh basically. Okay, the lettuce looks crisp despite the wilting sides. If you have a lettuce that has wilting sides, you need to like trim it off first. If you avoid the meat and rice and just ask for some beans, which is safe, okay, beans last for like a freaking long time. I don't know how long, but a freaking long time. The somewhat appetizing vegetables with a heap of cheese and sour cream, you could survive. If you chose to make the same mistakes as everyone else did, congratulations, you have suffered the revenge of lunch. Or rather, if you replace that with my cooking, it's the same effect. If not, you're a fortunate soul. So yeah, I think my family can attest for my culinary skills when I say that. It's if I offer to cook lunch and that's not instant noodles, you guys know it's coming up. So if you guys want like a free medical certificate to like have a free pass to not go to work or go to school and have like 1 week of revenge of lunch, as we so call it, feel free to ask me to cook for you, okay? A lot of things that I cook is not quite edible, so at your own risk, right? You have to sign like the indemnity form. Droopies. Oh my god, this is long. Okay, a little bit long, not super long but long enough. Right, so Droopy's case, crack. The lunchbox cracked as soon as it hit the floor. Junwoo only stared at his lunch as his lunch was wasted. His ailing mother made that for him, but he never got to eat anything she made this year. Again, the big police robbed his lunch before he could even taste it, so yeah, typical kind of thing. Woolies laughed and even kicked the broken lunchbox. Broken? Like how many of it does it break? I don't know. Everyone around him didn't do anything. Perhaps the class president could only stand and get something to clean the mess with. As for helping Junwoo, who wanted to be in the same hell as him? I mean, this is society for you, like typical society, and I'm like surprised that this guy still goes to school. Like I have kids, I teach them and they say the same thing, and I'm like, yeah, it's not. Yeah, that reminds me, I got to text like the parents. Okay, yeah, no, one kid actually told me that they didn't like it, they were getting bullied in school, they didn't want to go to school. Yeah, I forgot to do that. Let me write it down. Okay, I should definitely do that. Okay, so Let's continue. Mom, today's lunch was good. That was what Junwoo said as he got to the kitchen of their home. He didn't care about the foul smell as his mother's wounds had long rotted. Even while she was still alive? Wow, what the heck? Okay, however, upon finding her on the floor bathing in the yellowish liquid around the knees, he already knew what happened. It seemed that the smell was not from the wounds today. Okay, this ailing mother is like almost like 1 foot or maybe 1.5 foot in the grave. As soon as he stood next to the sink, stared at the leftover cleaning materials that his mother left on it, it was as if she was cleaning the house one last time before sitting down for good. Junwoo then looked at the crack of his lunchbox, pinched the crack to fill the gap, a slight smile rising from his lips. Okay, did his mother just die? I don't know, man. Like, I feel like this might be his mother just died. The next day, Junwoo came to school smiling. The smell he brought with his clothes still bothered his classmates. I mean, no shit, Sherlock. Like, his mom has like, you know, is not functional. Then, the scent of high-class Hanwoo beef took the attention more. Okay, instead of took, I would say grabbed. Even the bullies were excited as Junwoo was about to eat such a delicacy. Okay, it's like where'd you get the Hanwoo beef from? That's my question. Okay, quickly they snatched the lunchbox, but I didn't throw it. Your lunch today looks good, Junwoo. The leader of the bullies used his hands to pinch the meat and eat one long strip, even chewing happily as he derided Junwoo. Your mom must love. Cracked the lunchbox, cracked once again. So it's like it was broken before and it was broken twice. So I'm pretty sure you can't fix it with epoxy anymore. So it clattered to the floor. So did the leader, who took the strip, convulsing from the bleach sipped into each. Okay, I don't understand this part. Convulsing from the bleach sipped into each something. I think it's either a typo or something is not complete here. Junwoo only smiled. Sorry, my mom didn't cook my lunch today. Okay, so maybe his mom was like not dead. Like when I read to the end, I'm like, okay, the mom's probably not dead, but he got like inspired from the cleaning supplies on the top of the whatever that the mom left there, and he was like, okay, since you're not able to cook my own lunch, I'll just cook my lunch with like a serve of revenge. So this is like the revenge prompt inside of this is a little bit different from Dame Butterflies. I like the fact that everything points towards murder in this. I don't know, it's just like 9 out of 10 times when Droopy participates in this month's prompt submission, it always points or hints at murder. I like how all these is like a little outlets of who I'm gonna murder today, like letting the little murderers in her run free for like this month and not be judged at all, because this is so cool. Yeah, so both of them qualify. Nothing so much as to really wow me yet. So it's a cookie, no purple hearts today, unfortunately. Although we have a new person on board, which I am actually looking forward to seeing what they submit. So Rachel joined. I knew Rachel for a while, but then I left web novel, so I kind of lost contact because I talked to a lot of people there, like in the server, but I didn't really add them as friends, so I didn't know who was who until yeah. So anyways, long story short, Rachel joined, and I think she might participate, I'm not too sure. So Revenge of the Lunch was like yesterday's prompt. Today's prompt is actually Cursed Toes, so feel free to write your fancy. And tomorrow itself, it's gonna be Red Bathwater. So like the prompt was initially long. I got inspired by what was that? It was a long time ago. I read something about they were showering, okay? And then after that, the shower water kind of turned red. So people were investigating, and then they discovered it was not rust in the pipelines, it was something else. It was a body in a water tank on top of the apartment or something like that. So it was like a murder mystery story. So the bath, but technically, do dead bodies who, like, you know, even if you dumped a bleeding dead body into a water tank, like, would it really turn red and like give, you know, red water to like all the bath showers? Like, how much blood do you need to make it red? I would assume pinkish, and people would just like, oh my god, this smells a little, but they won't really. Do you know how much water is in a water tank? We only have like what, 5 liters of blood in a body, so how many bodies do you have to stuff there? Like that's my question. But anyway, it was a book or it was a movie, I can't really remember now, but that was the idea for it. So yes, You're gonna write red bath water. That was my inspiration. You guys can feel free to write anything else you want. It doesn't have to be blood. It can be like, I don't know, Ribena syrup. Who cares? Like, it would be really cool if I had a chance to shower in Ribena itself, but unfortunately that shit is expensive. Plus, I don't think it's red. It's probably closer to maroon. So that's all for today's prompt. Thank you for joining. I'll do the same again tomorrow. My recovery is actually going rather well, so I guess the depression will be going away soon. You can tell I'm not that depressed this morning, but I had coffee, so make your judge. Right, that's all for me. Bye bye.